Well, good evening. Welcome to the Ham Radio Clubhouse. How are you, gentlemen? Joe Brett,
Good.
glad you could make it. He was panicking. He was throwing stuff a minute ago.
Let's make everybody stand by. Everybody, just wait, Joe.
Yeah.
He's got
Because you
tuned it
missed
up.
because you missed the pre-checks, the hair and makeup,
He's too pretty. He don't need no hair and makeup.
the catering table with the shrimp on it. You know how just like the rock star. This is 2024. We got that contract. Listen, if Ryan Seacrest can do that, if Ryan Seacrest can do what he did, and we bust our ass throughout the year, I want that catering table.
Right? We can
Joe
hear
Brett.
you, Joe.
Look at that. Look at the text. Look at that. Look at his monitor in the back.
Oh, you can
you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
No.
Yes.
Yeah. Look
Yes,
at him.
Joe, we can hear you. Yes, we can.
Should we get? We need to get some.
And he's out.
We
That
need
happens.
We need to get somebody like how the politicians do and everything to have the sign language. We gotta get that for Joe Brett here.
I don't know. It doesn't take many. It doesn't take many brains to interpret the middle finger.
But you know what happens when I start stuttering? They're gonna be going like this with their hand.
Gosh.
Like,
For those of you that are new, welcome to the Clubhouse. Normally there's
Welcome.
quite a few more of us here tonight. Steve is sick this evening.
He's in
So
the armory.
Steve, hope you get to feeling better. Joe Brett, buddy, he'll be here shortly, but he had like a 12-hour drive today. So he could be a short timer. So
You know where Beer Snack is because we gave away so much stuff thanks to you guys.
I'm keeping him busy.
Beer Snack had to get a brand new calculator, brand new pencils, erasers,
An abacus.
an abacus, a double abacus. We kept him busy because of all your generous donations. I don't know how many thousands. There was a lot of zeros, Shane, wasn't it? There was a lot of zero.
Yeah.
And a lot of guys work. Shane, I know you and a lot of other guys, brothers work behind the scenes, getting stuff over to the post office and getting stuff shipped and everything. So
I think
it was a
the
team
Clubhouse folks, and that's all the people who are channel members, which shout out if you're in green in the chat. Thank you so much for being a channel member. Those donations, all the super chats, all that kind of stuff gets put into a pot. We stir that pot and we start making, having fun with it. So I will say, thank you to all of you who donated throughout the last couple of weeks and who have donated for the last 2 years that we've been on the air. Thank you so much. I think we gave away right at $2,000 worth of ham radio equipment. That's just from the Clubhouse. Not to mention James, Quirky QRP, donated a boatload of stuff from Quirky QRP, stuff we could give
billions
away.
and, as Carl Sagan would say, right, Ron? Billions and billions.
Billions
That's
and
right,
billions.
and billions. Absolutely. Thank you, James.
So James, thanks for those generous donations. He's got all of your information, all of you that won stuff, so you should be seeing that shortly. Let's see. I know I'm forgetting something. The two radios, the FT5D and the 710, I got the tracking information sent over from those today. So good to see that happening. And looks like Richard the Truck and Ham, thanks for becoming a YouTube member, man. Appreciate that. And 12 months for K0HO Brian.
K0, Brian.
Merry New Year, my friend. Thanks for hanging out with us and being a supporter for over 12 months. If you'd like to use your member shout out, hit the $sign down by the chat. You should have a free one if you've been a member for at least a month. Look at that. Now they come rolling in. Ben Williams, 13 months.
There you go, Ben. Thank you.
Oh, man. This is crazy, guys. Crazy.
So guys, I was telling Shane tonight before we went live, I haven't done it in a while, and I miss you guys. I miss getting here 15, 20 minutes early, seeing everybody popping into the chat, being the Mater D, being the Walmart greeter, whatever you want to call me. But it's seriously really nice just to quickly see you guys coming across the stream and giving you guys a shout out saying hello. So It's been a long time since doing that. I'm tired of running in here late. So new year, new Izzo, maybe. I mean,
I don't know. I like the old Izzo.
Well, guess what I did today?
Did you play
Guess
radio?
No, that's.
Or did you buy a radio?
Oh, I bought a radio. I bought a wash machine.
Oh, nice.
Yesterday, I went for a walk. And today, I went on the treadmill. If it snows, you can blame me because I went on the treadmill, but it felt good. It felt
Yeah,
that
I
treadmill.
did. I got a nice. Well, I don't do the New Year's resolution things. I
don't
know.
know. I mean, me either.
I can tell every time I walk by the mirror that I need to get on the treadmill, and I just
Right.
don't. But I haven't had time. But I told myself this year I'm gonna knock some of that off. But I want to. It's not just for that. I can fly in higher temperatures in the hot air balloon if I don't weigh as much. So that's an incentive right there.
I did it for I don't know how to say this word without screwing it up. Virility, or I just wanted to feel not fertility. Those days are over with. The baby making stuff is over. The factory's closed.
Your
even
vitality.
Vitality. That's right. The big V. I just wanted to not have that sluggishness.
Yeah.
I wanted to feel like the old, like even before you guys met me. Now, I bought a treadmill the kids were young. I was probably about 10, 12 years ago.
Is it gas powered?
No, hell no. Yeah, it's Izzo powered is what it is. And let me tell you something. After 2 weeks of getting on that thing, man, I was rocking. I was a stud. I thought I was Arnold Schwarzenegger. And I ran it for about a year and a half, 2 years, and then I got off and then I sold it. Yep. This one's at work. They gave us permission at work to use this community area that we have. There's a bike down there. There's some free weights. And I'm looking in the mirror and I'm like, okay, I'm 59. I'm going to be 60 this year. Can I look like Arnold Schwarzenegger? No, it's not going to happen. But can I maybe tone up a little bit? No resolutions. I do not do resolutions. I'm the same guy, same nice guy what I was last year, and maybe a little bit more this year. But
I don't do those either. I'm not the resolution type. Because I like to set goals, because one of the things that's at work that's big is goal setting throughout the year. So that's just kind of what I want to do. And one of my goals is don't sit on my ass all the time. Just go do something. Just get out, go to a park, play Poda. I haven't played Poda in so long. Like I missed it. I really do miss it. And I don't have any excuse, because I have a park that's literally 20 minutes from work, 15 minutes from work. It's 20 minutes from my house. Mm-hmm. And it's so easy to just pop over there and activate it right quick. I just been lazy. Let me clear some of these out right quick and we'll get back to it. But we've got Ham Radio Crusader. Freddie Mac, thanks for being here for 6 months. We got Mark N1 MMO, thanks for the 13 months. Wow. Rayman Poto for the 4 months. And looks like we got WQ9F. Welcome. Thank you for becoming a YouTube member.
Thank you. You will not regret it.
And Dan, thanks for the $5 super chat. $5 to get my call right on the graphic list. Oh my God, did I screw it up?
Oh no, you owe Dan. Oh, Dan, he owes you.
Dan, message me.
Dan,
now
when you hear him, when he gets in that Poda Park, tell him he's like a 3-3 or a 1-1.
Oh, he's gonna give me a 0-0.
0.0.
I apologize, Dan. Now I feel bad. W4DAN. WD4DAN. Oh, dude, I'm sorry.
He's such a nice guy.
He's one of our cigar club members, cigar lounge members.
Right, he is. That's right.
So, Dan, I apologize. So it is fixed, and it will be corrected from here on out.
So you're going to have to.
Thank you for the super chat. You didn't do that to tell me I got it wrong.
Dan, you're going to have to watch. Dan, you're going to have to watch the show next week. Okay.
Yeah, right. To make sure you got it right. Let's see. Ryan, member for 13 months. Happy New Year to you as well, buddy. I'm scrolling. I see the Smoking H jumped in here.
Hey.
Let's see. We got Ed. 13 months on the YouTube member list. Thank you so much. And
our buddy Ed.
N1JUR Amateur Radio. Thanks for the $9.99 super chat. We appreciate it so much.
Eric from the New Hampshire region.
Nice. Well, welcome and thank you guys. All right, Joe Brett, do you need to tune up?
I need to tune up something.
I got you. You're loud and clear.
Control Alt Delete Restart.
It may not be the microphone you want, but we got your audio.
Wait, it's the only microphone I got.
Tap on it. Hey, that's
it. Oh,
you want me to turn it up?
No, you're good.
No, you're good. Perfect.
You know, I got the Super Sport button on there.
The ultra high power mode. You
Yeah,
look tired, man.
I am freaking tired. Yeah.
That's a long drive. Did
Yeah,
you break it up in two, or did y'all crash last night?
Yeah, when we left, I drove about 100 miles, and we stopped in Louisiana, and that left us 7 or a little more to go today.
Still,
Eastbound and
7 hours on the
down,
road, man.
About that trucking.
Vern 6, thanks so much, buddy, for the $20.
Hello,
Vern.
Bernard and Renee. I see them both in the chat.
I was about to say.
They wore you out. They wore you out, Joe Brett. Look
Tell
at
you
you.
what. Got my cardio in this week.
We were just talking about that.
You wore out the Crocs, didn't you?
Did they have to go into off-road mode?
I think they're probably pretty smooth on the bottom. I think I wore the treads off.
Baloney skin.
Right?
Joe, I got to ask. One of your pictures you posted on Facebook on the beach was the Tahoe. Is that your Tahoe or is that the wife's Tahoe?
You still
yes
hear
or
me?
no?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah.
I can still hear my USBs going in and out. Anyway,
okay.
You know, the little window sound. That I don't know, but I have been able to operate and added. There's 2 antennas if you look close.
That's where I was going.
Yeah.
See, that's where I'm going. It was probably a good thing you had the radios for this trip. Am I right?
Yeah.
And see.
So, and you want to know how I done that? So
you just did it, didn't tell her.
As I was packing our things into the SUV there, I absolutely did throw me an extra mag mount and an extra 5/8 swathe antenna,
right?
And kind of just put it in an inconspicuous spot,
right?
And we got a few miles down the road, and I just, without saying anything, I just pulled over on the side of the road. She's like, "What are you doing?" I said, I got to do something real quick, and popped the hatch, threw the mag mount up, put the antenna on it, hooked up the FT5DR or FT5, whatever. So I had 5 watts of APRS going, baby.
You know, it's amazing what, because I was having a terrible time getting the APRS to work here, just driving around, and I grabbed my mobile antenna and stuck it on the top of the roof, and I've got one of those converters for the SMA to SO239 that I use for when I test power output on stuff. And I hooked it up, and I put my HT on that and set it for 5 watts. And man, the first time that beacon went off, it was like beep, 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 beep. I was like, oh gosh, everybody and their dog heard me that time.
Yeah, it made. I've done it several times, just having that signal stick, and I thought maybe propping it up on the armrest, and you know how your armrest has a little slot there where you, to close it. I guess you have to grab hold of it and close it. A lot of times it would fit right there or sit right there a little bit, and I was like, the signal sticks, the whole thing's in the window, so that's got to be about as good as it gets. I put that antenna on the outside. I was like, wow, this thing's 5 watts going this far.
Got a little gain on that antenna.
Yeah, but man, there's so many.
And a good ground plane.
So many
giddy up on it.
Oh yeah, there were a lot of gaps between Mississippi. I don't think there was hardly any in Louisiana.
What gaps?
No, the gap was Louisiana between Mississippi and Texas.
Well, I mean, they were still enough to where I was not being received for a little bit, but I would eventually run across another one. What was when we got back in Mississippi and we come up I-55 most of the way, after we come through Jackson, that was it until my digipeater here at the house picked me up. So, do
you think Jim sent out a memo prior to you leaving saying, Louisiana,
turn it off.
Turn it off. Turn it off. Pay some respect to the family. Jesus. Right. Do whatever y'all got to do.
Scout says Cajuns ain't got no time for APRS.
There you go, Scout. There's our buddy. It
was, you know, when you take a road trip, Noel and sometimes the kids, they always like want to play a game. And I'm like, no, I don't want that stress on me, right? Because they like to play those games. You got to come up with something quick.
Yes.
That stresses me out. I'm driving. Leave me alone. Y'all play your game. But I did find out a game when we was going through Louisiana both times that I enjoyed.
What was that?
Was trying to pronounce where the hell we was at.
That is so true.
Why, Joe? You
What
come
parish
on,
are you in?
you can't
There's
add a little French twang to it or something.
Well,
Well,
I
there's
ain't
there's
ain't got no
37
French
characters to those names, and half of them you don't use.
Yeah, and it, a totally different amount of syllables, and who knows?
Yeah, I was
It
trying to
was
see if
fun.
I could pull up an example here.
Let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell you a story, okay? I was working for the Red Cross here in New Haven, Connecticut, after Hurricane Katrina came in. They had I got my marching orders. You're going down to Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, somewhere. We're gonna fly into. I think I was gonna go. I had to go into Nashville. Then from there, I get my next marching orders. They canceled them. A lot of rumors were coming up. Everybody's leaving. Everyone's leaving. There's nothing. There's just nothing. And people are not waiting for the government. They have nothing. They're coming up here to kinfolk. I've met on a Friday night. I met some of the nicest, sweetest people who were affected. From Louisiana, Alabama, Mississippi, Northern Florida, who came into Connecticut. I've always met some of the nicest people under the horrific conditions of life. And I'm telling you, these people they just wanted to brush their teeth, get a hot shower in, and we immediately took care of that. We got them into a hotel, get them going. And all they just wanted was someone to listen and tell their story. And these people had me. Oh man, I went home and I kissed the ground, I kissed a lot of people being very grateful, but I say it very, very sincerely. We kid about the Deep South, but some of the sweetest, nicest people, very sincere. I can't say I learned what a parish was. In 15 minutes, I learned what a parish was. So,
Except that guy.
What is that guy?
Vern ought to be laughing his ass off right now. I think it's pretty funny.
Is that the Popo or is that Vern?
This is one of those electric Mustang SUV things. Let's just say him and Vern don't get along.
Joe, how tall?
Here's an example, right quick.
All right,
just let me make sure I'm not sharing anything I shouldn't share.
Everybody else was great.
So, how do you think you should pronounce that?
Where are you?
Right here.
What the heck? I gotta make it bigger. Hang on, I gotta go full screen too. I almost started saying nachos. Yeah,
nachos.
Not the Tachis? No.
Nakatish.
See,
why couldn't they just
I get the tush part, but
yeah,
because there's that Dave Matthews drawl in there. If you say it like as if you're Dave Matthews, I'm serious, man. Yeah, South African kind of. You throw a little, Southern drawl into it. You mix it all in, and boom, you got it going. There, yeah. Ron says, "Not your nachos." Yeah. Hey, so Joe, how tall is Vern? Is he about 6'5", 6'4", 6'7"? Sure. There you go. I was looking at that picture, man. He can almost be the mayor. I want him to become the mayor. Then we're going to make him a senator, and then let's just go for president in 2028 or maybe 32 or something. The man's got that stature of, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah. There was some poor little young dude. He was working for, I guess you would say, the county government or something. And he was wanting to, do estimates and whatever, property estimate or something, as we was fixing to leave out. And big old burly Verns, can I help you? And he's like, hey, yes, sir. I would just like to look. He's like, nah, go away. Come back in a week. He's like, yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Okay. It's all about the confidence, my friend.
Carlos just jumped in here. I'm trying to think, if Vern was the president,
right?
All the YouTubers, we could all be part of his cabinet. I'm trying to think who would be.
Oh, we'd be screwed.
Imagine that, like the Ape. Where do you put Ape? Where do you put
Ape's
Ape?
in charge of the FCC.
FCC, man. Okay, see, I was thinking of
No.
somewhere of Department of the Interior because he talks about the flat Earth. So let him take care of all the parts.
I think it's wiser we just keep Ape on the outside, patting everybody
Outside?
down, looking for pork chops. You know,
Looking for pork chops.
if they can't answer his questions correctly, they don't get in. Simple as that.
White House security.
There you go.
We'll put him in, he can be in charge of the Secret Service. There you go. Because everything about Ape is a secret. See, there you go.
So, what did you do for New Year's? Did y'all do anything special?
No. I worked Sunday. Friend came over for a couple hours, and then they left. I fell asleep, and then I popped on Jason's show. That was fun. To ring in the new year.
A happy hour for the new year.
Yeah,
I'm glad you was mentioning that. I was like, what day was New Year's? I don't know where I was at or what I was doing.
Well, you were funny. That was a very strategic.
You were in Galveston.
Yeah, you were in Galveston. You were in the big house. You and a few other guys were in the big house. It
Thank
was
God
very
for
interesting.
video.
Yeah.
Right.
I've been trying to get out and activate, but we've had this crazy weather. I mean, and I'm not talking cold. I don't care about the cold. That's easy. I'll sit in the truck and turn on the heat. It's just been raining. Every time I wanted to go out and do something, I just couldn't do it, and it just got a little. So I'm hoping. Tomorrow's my Friday. Tomorrow's Wednesday, so I'm hoping Thursday, Friday, get out. I want to play some radio, man. I'm really, I'm getting the jitters from not doing it. You know what I mean? I don't like that.
I agree, man. I've been doing the remote thing with Steve's station. Thank you, Steve, by the way. And so I've been hunting POTA. Hit Callum during his live stream.
Oh, nice.
I didn't realize how easy it was when you have a decent antenna, even with 100 watts, how far you can go with it. So that's been a lot of fun. And then
just a little bit of gain.
And then, to 11 dB on 10 meters. So that was nice. That 4-element step IR makes a difference no matter how much power you're feeding it with. But thank you so much for the $20, man. So I talked to Joe Brett during his activation on the remote, and I talked to Mike, and I talked to Frank. I was trying to get a clean sweep, but I could not get anybody who was working 10, even with the beam. It wasn't happening. And then I set my 7300 up here at the house, and tried to get them on that, and that didn't work. And then I forgot how much fun it was to work radio from the house, even though it's not the best setup. I worked coast to coast. I got Boston, I got Florida, I got Upper Midwest, Chicago.
What day was this?
Great station.
What day?
This is yesterday.
What day?
Yesterday.
Oh, okay.
And I was just out, hunting and pouncing on POTA, and then there were some guys with some big antennas calling CQ and had some Q. I just forgot how much I enjoyed just not really rag chewing, but just making contacts on the radio. It was a lot of fun.
New Year's Day is tough for me because that's a normal scheduled day, and it's a big money day. That's how you pay off a lot of things. You play the game a little bit. I'll tell you guys in a few minutes about some purchases that I wanted to do and I had to do. But I worked Frank. On Saturday morning on 10 meters, and I did it on QRP. I said, I'm going to, because all of a sudden, my ham alert is going off, tank radio, because you know how you have it programmed, you can put something in there, so it's showing tank. And then all of a sudden, Frank, I'm hearing him. He's getting louder and he's getting louder. And it was fun. It was fun to really work Frank from Galveston there with just 10 watts on the ICOM 705. So he worked me. I was happy.
I'll say 10 was pretty good this weekend and through the new year, but 15 and 17.
Mm-hmm.
I was talking, Joe, I think it was 15 meters that I talked to you on.
Yeah. And
I don't think I have ever seen propagation that good on 15 because Joe was blowing my eardrums off in South Carolina. And
it was go ahead. Go on.
It was crazy. I mean, there was anybody that I talked to on 17 and 15, both those days were fantastic.
I was getting ready to wind down, and I had to stand up from that picnic table and was going to let somebody else have the mic. And the one of the last operators, we kind of ragged you for just a few seconds, and he was hoping to hear some DX and stuff. And I said, well, all my contacts been stateside in Canada. I hadn't heard any DX yet, but there's plenty of stations on for sure. Next contact, Whiskey Pie. It was a Puerto Rico.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And he
Nice.
come in there like, I'll show you no DX. And I was like, yeah. It was pretty
Nice.
good shape.
That was from the house. I just tossed the end fed off and
Look at that.
what was
Coast to
interesting.
coast. Look at that.
What was interesting, this the Denver and the California contact, because you can tell most of them are east because my apartment blocks that side of the antenna. So the fact that I was able to get those two contacts on that side of the country was crazy.
Wait, was that on 15?
That was a mixture of 40 and 20 on this
Okay.
one.
I was
Because
gonna say
40,
when I was on 15, I didn't pay attention how Frank had his antenna set up, but when I looked at my QSO map after I logged, it was favoring the east side as well.
yeah. I think there are a few more hunters on the East Coast than there are on the West Coast. But it was great to get back out on and I pulled up the web SDR and was checking my audio because I hadn't used the radio in quite some time, and I forgot how good that 7300 sounds with just the hand mic when you got it tuned up right. So New Year's for me was fun. Didn't go out and party. Went to my brother's house. They usually have a get together, and we were playing some board games. And I posted some in Discord. Well, I guess.
Talk yourself into it.
I know, yeah. I said I wasn't going to, but what the hell?
Actually, while you're doing that,
Yeah, go ahead.
once again, if my kids are listening, I bought them a game and I forgot the name of the game, but I think I could tell the story here. Guys, just text me with the name of the game I bought, because it was sort of not what we expected. I bought a game that had some potential dirty stuff in there because I thought it was kind of for college. You know what I mean? They're adults.
Right.
But a couple questions in there were a little bit risque and, enough to make a father blush.
It wasn't Cards Against Humanity, was it?
No, a ransom notes or something it's called.
Okay.
And I thought I got the G/PG version. I think I got the R version. And I was like, we're going to take these cards. And my daughter's like, oh, please, we're adults now. We know what that is. I'm like,
right.
Oh, God. So I'm sorry.
All right. So I'm going to show this, and hopefully y'all don't get mad at me for this, because I know some might take offense to it. But
oh, my. Are those bonbons?
Yeah. So the point of this game, you have a piece of a dice that you roll, and however many it's 1 through 3, and however many whatever number you roll is how many times you push the flusher on the device.
Yeah.
And when it gets to a certain point, everything jumps out. And when I say it jumps out, it's like loaded with like a 50 cal. And the point of the game is to catch one of those. And there's always one extra person than there are artifacts. So it was quite interesting. And a game that you wouldn't think would be very competitive. We had people throwing elbows to knock people out of chairs.
Get out of my way. I'm catching the poop.
I mean, I had blood drawn on my hand here because someone's fingernail got me.
Holy Christ.
But it was a lot of fun.
You guys are some serious competitors there.
Yes. Yeah. And then we played this game called Betrayal at the House, which is I think it's 6 to 12 players, but you build this haunted mansion, and it was kind of cool. But if you're interested in board games, Betrayal at the House is awesome.
I was looking at that. I'm like, that ain't no bidet, is it?
No, that's a payday ejector is what that is.
Payday ejector.
So y'all mentioned it, and Chris, Radio and Life in chat asked it. So I've got to tell you, our time in San Antonio at the rental house, they had bidets.
Really?
Bidets for days?
Yeah. Is that the new thing now?
I guess, I was trying to get Mike to teach me how to use it, and he was just like, he's like, just practice, man, just practice.
So do you go in? All right, wait a minute. No, hold on now. You're in with Mike, KAMRD.
Did he
You
show
throw
you what
on-
button does what?
He wouldn't tell me nothing, man. He was like, practice.
But do you throw on a bathing suit?
John
Or
Wayne
do both of you? Wait, are you in the room together? You put on your bathing suits, or is it like the locker room and we just kind of?
I'm just gonna say he went in
Play like
there
it's real.
and I followed with the camera because I knew that it would make a good video, and he wouldn't do nothing for me, man. I was like, "Come on, dude! Everybody wants to know how this thing
At
works."
least demonstrate it.
Oh, he
Yeah.
wants to put that on his mailbag Monday.
Right.
Yeah. He started shooing me away and stuff. Whatever.
That's a video. That's a video in the private chat.
Yes. Well, if you want to see pictures, it's in the Discord channel. I mean, it's all PG. There's no crazy stuff, but yeah. So how was San Antonio? How was Texas? This is your first trip to Texas, right?
Right.
Was.
Exactly.
What'd you
What was
think?
your first impression? Yeah.
First impression, it's brown, and
I mean, it
mostly
is
flat.
December.
Yeah.
No vegetation.
Not a lot that I mean there was some, but I realized when we was getting back into Mississippi how much greener it was over here. But
Right.
didn't see any tumbleweeds. I guess you got to go further west for that.
Yep.
Yeah,
You didn't make it to the desert.
Yeah, no. It was great though, man. It's I learned I like to pay attention to the general traffic behavior when I go places.
Mm-hmm.
Louisiana, dude, they must get their legs striped for staying in the left lane too long. They don't hang out in left lane.
That's good.
Really interesting.
Getting Texas, one thing I can say that most Texas drivers do is they definitely use the turn signals. I don't know if that's big for some tickets up there.
That's
or what.
new.
Yeah, and then I had to ask Vern and Mike and all them. I was like, I noticed on the way in, I went to pass a car, and the car behind me started to pass the same time, but fell back in because they weren't going to have enough time to clear the passing lane. So the little truck that I was passing, he don't check up. He just goes over that big wide shoulder and keeps trucking and lets the car around him, and then he follows back in behind us. And I'm like, okay, whatever. And then we top the hill, and then there's a pickup truck just all by itself, just stroking up the hill on the shoulder. And I'm like, does not look like a traffic lane to me.
Mm-mm.
So he explained how that works. Got that figured out.
So
yeah,
that's
farm
for
to
the
market
slow
roads.
moving-
Yeah, so you get tractors and stuff
moving
that are moving
heavyweight,
up
yep.
those farm to market roads. They move over onto the shoulder. So people who are used to that, if you want to get by them and then you pull out and you don't have time, they'll just slide right on over.
Yeah.
Let you go by.
Interesting.
Not in Dallas. They give you the finger.
Yeah. So Texans for the most part don't give a damn about the speed limit, but they will absolutely will signal their lane changes.
Okay, courtesy. Okay.
Yeah. But besides traffic, you won't know the people we ran into. Everybody was, pretty nice and everything. Didn't have no problems, and I shoved nobody off of me.
Did you get to see the Alamo?
We did get to see the Alamo.
What'd you think?
It's old.
It's a lot smaller than it seems on TV.
Yeah, they're real sensitive about touching the walls and stuff. And
too many people have tried to pee on the walls.
Are you serious? That's
Yeah.
history, man. You don't do that.
Yeah, but and it was respectful to learn how much that means to a lot of people too. So I've always seen it in my history books, in school and stuff. But
I pictured a very, very large area for a fortress kind. And almost, you're not the first person who said no. It's not really that. It's not as what you think it is.
It used to be in its heyday. But
yeah,
it's quite interesting to see.
Yeah. They had displays, like a model display of it
Mhm.
laid out inside in the museum part, and along with the story to go along with it, and that was interesting. So even Mike tuned in and watched the whole thing. So it was pretty good.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Caught his attention, huh?
Yeah.
Did you get some barbecue while you're here?
No.
Are you serious?
Now you did go to Buc-ee's though. I did see that.
Yeah, I got my beef jerky from Buc-ee's.
What'd you think?
Nice.
Was that your first
Even though-
Buc-ee's or no?
Oh no.
Oh, okay.
No.
Oh, okay.
We got to get Izzo into a Buc-ee's.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's always Always got to stop. And what did blow my mind, I mentioned it when I got to Jason's. I said, I ain't done my history on Buc-ee's, but I'm going to assume after I looked up, where they was located on the map, that it's definitely started in Texas. Because I got to go over to either Athens, Alabama, or go down toward the coast or something to find a Buc-ee's close to me. All you got to do is drive around the corner of Texas. There's big ones and smaller ones, and they're everywhere.
Sounds like it's sort of like the Dunkin' Donuts of what we have here in the Northeast. I mean, we've got Dunkin' Donuts, standalone brick and mortars to inside gas stations, inside stores. I mean, there's a Dunkin' Donuts around the corner everywhere. There's no to get your Dunkin' fix and
that's like us in
Go.
Starbucks. Starbucks, they have, and I don't go to Starbucks that often, but the Starbucks here, there's one on every other corner. And I wish they would swap them out with something different.
It's Dollar Generals around here.
We have those too. We have there's a brick and mortar Black Rifle coffee. I don't know if you guys have had any of their stuff.
We passed by that because I think Mike pointed it out.
Yeah, I didn't know they were doing brick and mortars, but I had a meetup there one Saturday morning for the balloon stuff, and they have some quite tasty stuff.
Interesting.
I do say so myself. Yeah. So other than the food and the toast, and then drive home with the doggo, that's about all I did for New Year's. I know it took us quite some time to get there.
Well, Joe Brett, this is amazing. We're 37 minutes in, and I've learned more, I think, about you in a long time. And
it's because he's had a chance to talk.
What else you want to know?
Well, I like what you have on in the monitor back there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and your Columbia shirt and your Columbia fleece looks very nice. You look very,
I apologize. I apologize to those in the chat. Normally, we have another person here that helps monitor the chat. So if I miss something, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm kind of watching it. I'm watching it on my phone over here too. So
if you see something, click on it.
Yeah, I will.
That way
yeah,
I
I
can
will.
show it.
Yeah,
trying not to miss it. It's
the guys
when you have Steve here. Steve just sits in the back and makes sure that I don't miss any of those. So Steve,
they're kind of talking about the Black Rifle coffee, and then Scout's talking about in Wisconsin the population density map is identical to the Quick Trip location map. I'm not sure what Quick Trip is. Is Quick Trip?
It's a fast food, not really fast food station. It's a gas station basically.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
we have a bunch of those here, and we have Quick Trip truck stops now.
No.
That's a new thing.
I had a dream when I was a kid with the old 76 truck stops. I wanted to find a piece of flat property, a couple 100 acres, and I wanted to build a truck stop. That was always my dream. I know a couple weeks ago we were talking about truck stops, and I remember coming off the show.
When you were talking about Christmas shopping.
Christmas shopping, and I put my head down. On the pillow, and I just said, like that memory came back. I was like about 14, 15 years old in my entrepreneurial stage where, I didn't have a lot of money, but, maybe $10 to my name. But I'm like, I want to create a truck stop. I want to listen to the truckers, see what they build it, keep them happy. Bring in the average guy, who's traveling with the family. And I don't want to make it into Walt Disney World, but let's give everybody what they want and need, and just give me, I don't know, 1,000 acres maybe, or whatever I needed. I don't care.
It's a big truck stop.
I don't care. Keep everybody happy. The coffee's got to be hot.
Buc-ee's doesn't allow trucks.
What do you mean?
Mm-mm.
They don't.
They specifically they have signs all up and down the sides of their stuff that says no trucks. They want it just cars. I guess they figured the trucks have plenty of pilots and Flying J's and Quick Trip truck stops and all that kind of good stuff. So yeah,
Flying J is still a big name.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah,
Pilot Flying J.
Yeah, because all our 76ers changed over to pilots up here.
Yep.
So, and then there's a couple of Sbarro kind of mobile kind of a joint, but they're kind of small though.
Yeah. It was interesting to see that because normally you have a place that's that big, it would be a truck stop, but nope, They are staunch against trucks coming in and out of there. And they even designed their parking lots where it would be absolutely a nightmare to try to get a truck and trailer in there.
But Buc-ee's, you can still get gas though, right?
Gas and diesel.
And diesel, okay.
And they have the ethanol-free gas too, which is good.
Really?
Yep.
Oh,
100% gas.
I would love to have that again.
Yep.
Maybe someday.
One of these days. So, Joe, have you decided when you're going to move to Texas?
Well, if we could have just stayed, we would have just stayed.
Right? I'm sure Vern would sell you a plot next to
Really? I'm sure Vern's got like an acre. Joe, what do you need? An acre maybe? Come on. I would be happy with an acre.
That's all I got now.
Yeah, all right, then. There you go.
Yeah, it's
He'd probably let you put up a tower too.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's got a few that he's already started. So.
Right. He's going to start a ham radio commune.
Yeah. We had to come back, for these obligations called kids and work and all this stuff. So we can never get rid of those two and let them do their own thing. That'd be all right.
Retirement plans. There you go.
Yeah.
Ship them off to school, and there you go.
Dang, I must have.
You didn't get the memo on that one.
I told Joe could have 10 acres.
See? Jeez.
10 acres. Wow.
He's like, I'm on my way.
Wait till my clothes get out of the dryer, man. I'm going to pack back
up. Yeah. QRO for everyone.
Yeah.
Did y'all work any radio other than Galveston?
Well, when we was still with Vern and his wife, Tio and his wife, we on our way back from San Antonio, we stopped at Guadalupe River, or the state park, and we passed the mic and activated that. I've got to Vern is supposed to send me his log tomorrow because I was doing some video and I only had my one phone with me at the time, so I couldn't log in video. But we'll get those logs put up when I get somebody else's to go by. But
you need the video evidence.
Yeah. So it was a good time.
I wish I could have made it down.
I know. Yeah. Hey, Izzo, get this. It seems like you come to Texas and you come up here and see me. I'm like, I came to Texas. You come see me. You're already in Texas. We were really hoping you could make it.
You could have took like a right turn up there and came across Dallas and then went south. But just saying.
Yeah.
No, I was gonna try to go down there for on Saturday. Yeah, Saturday.
Yeah.
It was like go see Joe Brett and Poda or fly the balloon. And my instructor called me and he goes, hey, he's like, looks like we're going to try to fly on Saturday. Can you come along? And I was like, ugh. So I told Joe, I was like, okay, I got to go fly. And then we canceled at the field because we let the pilot balloon off and it was perfect until it got about 300 feet. And then it took off like a rocket. And I was like, nope, not going to fly in that.
Oh, come on. That's how you have to get your balloon legs.
No, no need to fly that fast. So we canceled. And then I was like, okay, by the time I get there, they're going to be done. So I missed it. I will make it up. Y'all have to come back to Texas. That's the thing.
Oh, yeah. Well, Noelle enjoyed it. Of course, she loves the company and stuff. That's why she comes to Huntsville all the time.
Right.
But she really liked the places that the Sixes took us to. Vern and Renee. I think he is trying to strike my legs in the chat. Her name's Renee.
She has a name.
Yeah. I was typing back in the chat. I'll just say it. I said Renee. All I heard was nay.
Mm-hmm.
But I still, Renee, if you're still listening, I still offer you $100 for that new radio you got. So.
Oh, did you get? What? You got a new radio?
Oh man, we had a little you know how Steve done the Nuggets or the radio install, the 4 days, 5 days, whatever he done. Where he got a jump start on all the challenges he did for Huntsville. Yeah.
Right.
And so we well, when I got there, so Mike, I come a day after Mike gave the presents to Vern and everything, and so when I showed up, they're installing them into the RV, the camper, whatever the official name is of those things, travel trailer. I don't know, but
It's an RV, Clark.
yeah. So they worked most of the day on that and got it going, and then was sitting around. Vern's like, I really like to get Renee's radio installed in her truck, and we sitting there talking about this possibility and that possibility. And I'm like, he said, how long do you think it'd take, Joe? And I was like, realistically,
20 minutes.
let's say 2 hours, because we're going to hit a roadblock somewhere. I said, we'll probably get it done quicker, but let's say 2 hours. And we chatted a little bit more, and I just like, talking about it's not going to get it installed, man. If you want to do it, let's go.
Do it.
We got 2 hours before we leave to go eat. Let's do it.
It's go time.
So, I believe Vern said we got it done in an hour and 40 minutes. So
Nice.
yeah,
Not bad for a custom install on the radio.
Oh yeah.
Except for the mic hanging out the door the next morning. If you follow Vern and the guys on Twitter or X or whatever the hell they call it.
What's up with 6?
There's actually, yes. If one of you have links handy, could you drop What's Up with 6 on YouTube? Vern's got an excellent channel. Also follow him on the socials if you're on X, Twitter, or whatever the hell it is. But yeah, he posted a picture of the mic hanging out the door, and I was like, wait a minute. What were y'all doing, or how much of y'all had to drink that the microphone ended up outside the truck?
I don't know, man.
So did you get any Tex-Mex while you were here?
No.
What did you eat while you were here?
Barbecue
Beef jerky?
and Tex-Mex?
Yes, we're known for our food here, son.
That sounds like typical tourist.
Oh, good. No, you don't go to the touristy spots. You find a local who takes you to the good stuff.
Uh-huh.
Like Vern. I've seen his pictures on Twitter. He knows where to go.
He's not going to send you to that choke and puke. No way, man.
He's got that wings and beer he posted today. Oh, hold on. Vern's going to correct you. This is the first night we went out for Tex-Mex, Joe.
Oh, well, see, that's Mexican food, man. Tex-Mex. I thought you was talking like some Chex Mix or something.
No, it's Texas Mexican food. Tex-Mex.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. We actually done that twice. Tex-Mex.
That's what it's called, son. If it was Mexican food, we'd be in Mexico. You were in Texas. It's an interpretation. Well, unless you go to the right spots, and then it's Mexican food in Texas.
How many tacos did you have? How many tacos did you have?
I didn't.
Burritos?
I may ate one of Noel's leftover tacos, but I ordered a burrito.
A chimichanga?
No.
That's no.
Chalupa? That's Taco Bell, isn't it?
I did fajitas. Yeah, that's
fajitas. There you go, fajitas. And we're talking real fajitas here, folks. We're not talking no Taco Bell kind of stuff.
I can't get my damn Twitter. It's done X'd me out.
Well, I done screwed up my focus, so that's 2 of us.
You look great.
When you can't see me. Rude.
Sorry.
It was moving. Every time I would move around, I could see my focus shifting, and I was like, that's driving me crazy. I had to fix it. All right, I'm back. So chili rellenos, enchiladas.
Yeah, Mike said Vern wouldn't take him to Taco Bell. A gordito.
Renee.
Oh, you had a gordito. Okay.
Yeah, I don't even know what I eat, man.
See, this is what I'm saying. We should have just asked Renee to tell. Renee and Vern should have been our guests tonight, so they could have told us how much fun Joe Brett and everyone else had.
This is what Joe Brett had for dinner the first night in Texas.
And Joe Brett could just shake his head up and down. Yeah, it was great.
Yes, ma'am.
My gosh, man. Well, I can't X, so whatever.
What were you looking for?
I'm signed in. It wants me to use that stupid authenticator app, and then it won't take the code that it gives me. So I was trying to post Vern's Twitter link.
Oh, it's What's Up with Six, I think.
Yes, but I was trying to just post one of them clickable links. It's always courteous.
Let me see if I can do it. Because all of my stuff stays logged in.
Now wait a minute, Vern. Wait a minute. Let's go to comments down here.
Yeah, here we go.
I don't think you're thinking of the right person at the table that couldn't play Uno, because I think we should have Mike come on and tell us how to play Uno.
You mean to tell me? Wait. Who doesn't know how to play Uno? Who doesn't? Let's start off.
Okay, I'll be honest. I mean, I was a little confused for a little bit because I thought I know what he's referring to, I guess.
You're not playing Go Fish.
I thought we was playing Phase 10 at first.
That's the longest game ever.
That's what we play here at the house most of the time. And so Uno's been a little bit. Yeah, that's what he's referring to. But I was
what did you do?
I don't know. I was playing trying to get a run or something instead of this Uno stuff.
So did you end up with 42,000 cards or what?
No, a lot of times I got a lot of cards, but I also made Noel draw a lot of cards too. And then
there you go. Especially when you get that
a long ride home.
Especially when it's that wild card that says now switch, go left, go right, or tell your partner. I love that card because you can really mess some people up.
So
you got to watch the table. You watch the table to see who's getting down to the last few cards.
Yeah. So Steve's wife, Chris, was not taking it easy on Mike at all. And she won like every round. So she was pretty serious about the game. And then Mike is still sore at Chris, and I was accusing Noel.
Well, I dropped the link to Vern's Twitter or X or whatever the hell it's called in the chat. So
yeah, right there, look there.
There you go. There you go. Brian says you were playing gin with a Uno deck.
An Uno deck.
I think that was mentioned actually.
We played a new interesting game. Have y'all played the Cards Against Humanity?
Yeah,
we talked about it, but I haven't played it.
So we had a new version of that over at my brother's house, and I think it's called Sing. And basically it's the same premise. You have a deck of cards. Each person has 3 cards, and there's like something on the card. But instead of you having to come up with something filthy to be funny, like it would be what song would be playing on repeat? And it's all done by music. So you pull up Spotify, and everybody, whoever the dealer is for that one, picks a card, puts it out there, and then we'll pick the winner based on who plays the best music based on the category that was selected. So that was kind of cool. And it was when you have several generations sitting at the table, you get quite the mix of music tastes.
I can imagine, huh? Who's Carly B?
Right?
Who's Lizzo? I don't know.
Who's Lizzo? I'm gonna be right back. I need an ice cube for my beverage.
An ice cube.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
you're on your own, buddy.
Okay. Intermission time. Play that elevator music.
So anybody who needs to go to the bathroom at this point is welcome to, walk away from the TV or your computer monitor. Take care of business. Wash your hands when you come out, before coming out, and you return here. Get yourself a beverage. Get some popcorn, pretzels. If you got some of that, Christmas candy like that, like me, I like my Toblerone, and anything else. So Joe, how many hours from door to door would you say?
Door to what door?
Your door at your house into Texas. How many hours?
Well, 2.
If you had to add it all up, though.
Just one way. I mean, it was right at 12 hours total.
Okay, so 12 hours. So it's
from
definitely
here to where Vern was at.
Right. So basically, you drove your first day, you stayed over, and then you made a short trip in.
Yeah, we stayed. I don't even know where we stayed on the way down there, but we stayed somewhere.
Well, because you came on Clubhouse, remember?
Yeah. Because we was at Raising Cane's and got the folks to say hey.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, there, Vern remembers I'm telling you, I can't remember nothing. Jacksonville. I
Okay,
think that was
so
Louisiana.
so did the kids have a party while you were gone? No surprises that you're aware of. Everybody was good.
Nothing that's come to light yet.
Nothing come like yet. So the lawnmower still works. Everything still works. There's there's nothing broken in the house yet that you haven't found, and
Yeah, not yet. Although Noelle started getting all the Christmas stuff down and put up and trying to get her regular decor out, and she can't find half of it. So that may explain it. I don't know.
I actually did that tonight too. I came home from work and I took down anything that has a Santa Claus to anything Christmas related back downstairs. I'm very organized with my stuff. We got pallets downstairs in the basement, the Rubbermaid totes from Walmart and everything. Everyone's all packed away. I got everything labeled and it's packed. We'll see you again in late November, early December in 2024. We'll see you 11 months from now, I guess.
See
10
you,
months
Vern.
from now. Where's he going? Oh, hey, Vern, thank you. Good night, brother. Thank you.
Thanks for hanging out, Vern. Appreciate it, buddy.
As always, thank you, Vern. Great. Love that man. His hospitality is endless.
Oh, dude, they're him and Renee both. They're something else.
Good. That's nice to know.
So, yep.
But it's kind of weird now looking at the house with all the Christmas stuff going on. It's weird in a way.
Yeah. Yeah.
But so I had to quickly redecorate. I'm like, I gotta. We had this place here in the Northeast. It's called the Christmas Tree Shop. Anybody? I think they were in they were definitely in Connecticut. I know they had them in Rhode Island, Cape Cod area, maybe Jersey, parts of New York. I think they may have gone bye-bye. But you can get in there and you can buy anything, any holiday, any theme. I need to get to a place like that and get some new stuff to kind of decorate again, get things going a little bit here. So, because if not, I'm just going to turn this place into one big ham shack, as far as I'm concerned.
There you go.
Because my daughter's leaving to go back up to the university in 2 weeks, so I may threaten again. That bedroom is really nice. It's a really strategic, good place for a ham shack.
Yep. What are you doing, Shane?
I was trying to pull something up. While you guys run the show, I can do things in the background.
Not to exclude, but as part of my trip in hospitality, definitely 100%, 500%. Renee and Vern's awesome. Made sure we was taken care of completely and just felt like family. But then I also have to give a big thanks to Jason and his wife, Emily, for being hospitality enough to invite me to come down to Galveston. And I actually showed up, whether they expected me to or not. But I was, hey, here I am.
Hey.
Yeah. So, I've learned that it's when you got friends in places, man, it's a lot better to travel.
Mm-hmm.
So, and evidently I started getting some prank calls from our buddy Norm, Shaq and Norm, the dumpster fire guys. Yeah, I'm looking at y'all, and they were.
What happened?
They were celebrating New Year's yesterday, I guess. And evidently, after we had left, we left shortly after the phone calls, and we didn't make it far before I was like, I'm hungry, so we swung in and got a plate to eat. Jason and Mike and Frank and Emily, they evidently maybe they left the house and went to eat too. And I think Greg and Norm sent a bunch of pizzas to the house, but the guy couldn't get in the gate. So, yeah.
Did it leave it by the fence? Did it leave the pizzas by the fence?
No, I don't guess.
Can you imagine their converse? It always says, "Hey, I got an idea. Or what do you think? How about this? Let's do this." That's how it starts, and it just rolls. And Shaq and Greg, once he gets going. Mm-hmm. New Year's Eve was very interesting. If you guys are familiar with that Earth Cam, you find them on the web.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
cameras all over the world. I was not able to see it this year because of my work schedule, but previous years when I've worked the midnight shift, New York City starts closing down around 2:30, 3 o'clock. It is amazing. Between 3 a.m. and 6 a.m., they get that place so cleaned up.
Oh,
It is
yeah.
amazing.
Yep.
It is amazing. The worker bees come out, and they're all strategic. Everybody's got a job. Who's the sweeper? Who's the vacuum guy? Who's got
They
this?
clean up from all the dumbasses.
Yes, yes. And if any dumbasses are found, they just pick them up too, and they throw them. They
throw them on the sidewalk.
But it is amazing. When somebody posted here in Ken, he was talking about Scotland. Yes, Scotland and the Irish. The Irish are amazing. There is
My
a
liver
pub.
could not compete with that.
How they do it. It was still
Mm-mm.
3, 4 o'clock in the morning, and they're still going hard. You Irish guys, God and
Right?
women, God bless you all. You guys, oof, unbelievable.
Did y'all watch the celebrations as they happened across the globe?
No, I was watching chat and trying to
yeah.
get back screen shots there, Jason's stream.
Yeah, we were on the HR 2.0 annual.
Oh,
and that was
okay.
another thing I found myself unprepared for is I didn't have headphones, so I wasn't gonna be able to come on the stream because you didn't want to
hear everybody else.
Yeah, so
even with the echo cancellation.
I promise
I'll
turn my volume down real low. So
I thought you guys pulled it off. Between you, Jason, Frank, and Mike, the four of you in the house, I thought you guys pulled it off very good.
Yeah, the rest of them was talking. I mean, Frank and Mike was in the same room. We was in the dining room and kitchen. So, but even with Jason's door shut, I could still hear him talking. So I wasn't missing much of the show there, having it turned down.
He got this mic.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
What was that? Sure.
I just
no. This is the door and the beacon mic.
Beacon mic.
Yep, he got that for his house down there because I told him he doesn't need any like mixers or anything like that. It's all done in software. So, what are you smoking tonight, Izzo?
Don Pepin Garcia. Hang on, I pulled the label off. Can you see that?
Yeah, Don Pepin Garcia.
Nice Nicaraguan, nice Maduro. Got this from Cigars International. I picked out 5 of them. I kind of like doing that every once in a while. You go up to them and you get 5 here, 5 here, 5 here. I go to my local shop, get 5 here, 10 here, whatever. At the cigar lounge, I have a humidor. We have a box that we keep it in the big humidor. It's got my name on it. So, I got some in the truck inside a little travel humidor. So we're always good. We're always good. No matter what.
I got a diesel, and I was buying those 5. So you could get the 5 packs. You can get 2 5-packs for $50 or something like that at Cigars International. And I got a diesel 5-pack, and I don't know if it's EP Carrillo or I don't remember what the other one is, but I had one on the patio last night before we got winter again, and it was fantastic.
All right, so let me tell you, anybody out there, if you guys like Gurkhas,
another good one.
Gurkha has a limited run. My lounge only got, I think, 4 or 5 boxes of this called the Gurkha 25th anniversary. Holy cripe! It's a little pricey. I'm not gonna lie to you. But man, that thing is an incredible taste. It's been aged for a while. And because this is the Chinese, this is the year of the dragon. And that's what I am. I am a dragon. I saw it. I said, I'm going to try it. I'll take 2. And oh my God, those things are delicious. Delicious with a big D. So.
Abe says Gurkha
is
potted cigars.
It is
wrong,
not
son.
Wrong. Where's our bouncer? Son, where's Molson? Where's Molson when you need him? Molson would be all upside him. Molson would be all upside of him for saying that. Get on this show. Get on this show and tell me that.
I did get another 10 dB attenuator for Christmas because I asked for ham radio stuff. So I went back and retested some of the radios that I had tested with only 40 dB. I got some different results having that extra 10 dB of attenuation in there. I'm trying to find a picture.
What are you talking about picture while you do that? And Smoking Apes up in the chat again. I think he would be a little welcome in Texas.
He would be.
Look at that.
He's always welcome to stop on by.
And look, and everybody else, it's a screen protector that's busted, and my case is really old, but I like it. So
can you imagine Ape in front of that billboard was hand doing this or something? That would be a classic picture. I would buy that picture and frame it.
I started taking another. Go ahead.
I would say I would frame that thing and proudly put it in my living room.
Yeah. So I was sitting at a red light and I was finna get my phone out to take another picture for him because there's this huge billboard that was Miller Lite and then the Texas flag, and it said "Raise one up for Texas." And I was like, see, I just want him to know that Texas is an okay place for him.
He's welcome here anytime.
Nice.
All right. So Carlos, thanks for hopping in, buddy.
He parachuted in.
I dropped it.
Dropped it.
But I added something here. I wanted to show everyone. So since I got the extra, let me see, window, let's show that and not show that. There we go. So that is a FT5D on the Tiny SA with 50 dB of attenuation. So that is a clean radio.
Barely.
As it should be.
Barely.
Hey,
pretty close to that minus 16 line.
Barely still passing, okay?
It's still there.
The person that passes the tech test or the general test with only one answer to spare is still called the tech and still called the general.
Right.
That means that radio is clean.
That's right. So it's just like the guy that had the soft landing and the guy that twisted his ankle landing. They both done the landing, right? So.
Any landing you can walk away from is a good landing.
Oh, wait a minute.
Good landing, right?
I should have said, or the guy that rolls and surfs on top of his instructor there. Or
it's like the lawyer. It's like the lawyer who took him 5 times to get to pass the bar.
Right.
He's still a lawyer. He's still a lawyer, right?
Still a liar. I mean, a lawyer.
Hey, wait. The Smoking Ape said, "You pull that back up, Shane. He needs a better look at that."
Oh goodness.
Let's make him drool. Make him drool.
This one is the Anytone 868. Clean radio.
You know, you can zoom into that.
Make it bigger.
That requires me to do shit.
Control plus.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Where you got that blue line set to?
Oh shit! That's a one where I didn't set it at 16 dB.
Yeah, that's why he wanted you to pull that back up.
That's supposed to be 1602.
Busted.
Good eye, Joe.
Shut up,
good
man.
eye.
Damn it! I'm trying to do a show here. I think I corrected it on the next one.
Ape also says you need that Ultra, man. You got to get
I know.
And that
all I got to do is switch the cable to get the third, though.
You know, dirty radios are fun.
Says, show us the dirty stuff. I got the dirty one for you too.
And there it is.
Because I tested the Talk Pod, and I have the original Talk Pod.
The Identity Crisis Talk Pod.
Yeah.
GMRS, ham, whatever.
Present, share. So that's the first and second harmonic on a Talk Pod. The harmonic is only 3 dB down from the primary.
See, now that's the radio I want to use.
That's called a simulcast mode, is what that is.
And as James says, don't you mean the sharp pod?
Yeah, the sharp pod. Yeah, exactly.
You know, you're doing this on the 2 meter portion. if you go to the 70 centimeter portion and it has this kind of a spike, you can use this radio to mess with the people at the McDonald's drive-thru because you can just dial it in until you find the harmonic that you need.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, I like a
Del-
Big Mac.
Del, very good. More harmonics than a barbershop quartet.
Oh
Very good,
yeah,
my
it was
buddy.
bad.
Very
That was
good.
bad.
Very good.
Let's see.
Wow.
I guess the important thing on those radios is let them know what frequency you're listening on, because those
can make
harmonic
it
guys
say-
are not gonna,
Yes,
James-
James. Yes, you're exactly right. I could work two bands at once on the talk
You
box.
sit, you sit in a POTA. You sit in a POTA. That's two contacts, right? Because it's two different frequencies.
That's almost
so
that's
true.
almost right. Right.
Just have one radio tuned to the harmonic, then you can just answer me on the harmonic.
Right.
Or,
In, fif-
or is
in,
that
in
duplex?
15 minutes, you got 10 contacts.
So
Or is
I
that duplexing?
want to answer Don N5SKT. So that's showing the first and the second. So you'll see DBC. So it'll show a comparison of the two. They'll both read the same, but you'll see the difference in the two. So I adjusted everything correctly, I should say. And Ape, you can validate this since you seem to
That's the
be.
Microsoft
James-
answer there, man.
James,
Yeah.
there's your next T-shirt, James. Harmonics on the floor. They're a design feature. That's your next T-shirt, brother.
So this was the Baofeng that I gave away on stream that everyone said was a shit radio.
Wow,
That looks clean to me.
That's clean.
Yeah,
That's clean.
that's a clean radio. It's a Baofeng. Only 1 in 5 of them will be clean, but I apparently I got one
Details,
of the 5
details.
that are clean.
Listen,
So
It's like-
I'm just
It's like
saying.
getting a lotto ticket. You turn over the lotto ticket where it says 1 in 7 will win.
Yeah.
You buy all 7.
it's like finding an honest politician, 1 in 1,000. Well, you know, there you go.
So yes. Let's see here. Is the blue line right? Ed, yes, on
Yes,
this one
it
it is.
is.
It's 16
Yes,
dB on this particular one.
You know,
And
what'd
if
be
you're
fun?
in the market for a tiny SA, get the Ultra, but get it from R&L Electronics. They're $139.95 right now for the Ultra. And I'm probably going to go buy one after the stream's over with, because if I'm going to go check the third and the fourth harmonic, I have to switch to the port above. It won't do it all on one port. I can only do 0 to 350 megahertz on the bottom port, and then the rest is on the top port, but it'll do it. It just takes more steps. But I was totally surprised to see that Baofeng that I sent over to Pamela, I believe it's Pamela Crabtree in the chat. You're getting a clean Baofeng.
I have
So-
an idea, Shane. I have an
Yes.
idea. Gather all your questionable radios, mark them as such, put them in a box, right?
Right?
Then take them to Hamvention. And then, hear me out. Hear me out. I'm not finished. I'm not finished.
Mystery
What you
box
do-
it.
What you do is
Mystery box.
you get several different people to take every one of those radios individually to the ARRL's testing booth. And then, you know, I hand them one that's bad, they test it, and then oh man, what a bummer. And then I leave and I hand it to the next person, and they get in line and get the next test. So they have a whole day of nothing but bad tests.
That would drive the people at the testing stations batshit crazy.
All of
Just
these things
saying.
are terrible. They're all
What is
bad.
this? Oh my god!
And then at the
Why
end of
is
the day,
this guy selling all this junk?
at the end of the day,
I have a YouTube
you
channel.
show
And it
up-
was given to me. Thank you.
At the end of the day, you show up with 5 or 6 of them that are straight good. And then that really wrecks their head.
That wrecks their head. Yeah.
So I
'Cause
gotta
it says
ask,
Baofeng.
Is this becoming an addiction now? That we have to check every radio now. Just for
every
curiosity,
radio from
you know,
China.
yeah. Okay.
So I get a lot of I get a lot of emails from people who want to send radios, and I've turned down several. They're like, "Hey, would you consider reviewing this radio?" And I Most of them I say no to. There's a few brands out there that you've seen on my channel that I've done, and I was like, some of them just look way too sketchy. I was like, I really don't want to give you my address. I should really get a PO box because I don't want to give you my address. But
look at him stick, Eric.
So far, so good. Yeah.
Are all these frequencies in use? Very good, Eric. Very good, Eric.
I'm sorry. Is 2 meters, 70 centimeter, and 1.25 centimeters? Are y'all? Is that all clear? Because we're going to transmit on all three at once.
And Brother Don has got it right. Just use 440 and 220.
That's right. Because there's no standards above 225 megahertz.
God, see?
So
and Josh knows it. Josh, you know it. Check every radio.
That's why I checked my FT5 and I checked my Anytone. I was like, okay, these are big brand name radios,
but
that are supposedly clean.
But my point is, you're still checking everything now. No matter what comes through your front door, you're checking it.
OCD.
You are like the prison guard right now. Come, let's go. Strip it down. Let's go. We're checking it out. I want to know. I want to see what you got under the hood there. and we might. Oh my God!
See, if you've been around here long enough, you would understand this.
Oh my God!
We should totally send to them and then put a ham radio prep sticker on the top, on the front.
Oh,
I love our viewers.
It's even. I have an even better idea. If you're gonna do that,
go to a Minnesota Ham Fest.
Yes, yes.
We fly to Minneapolis, St. Paul. Don't think I haven't considered it.
We know a guy in the Wisconsin, Minnesota area.
Right? Yes, yeah. Shane Team 6.
That's right. We know a guy. He can just drop it off at the table and run. Just run. Mystery box.
Mystery box. Yes.
I'm giving you a scatter box.
Oh shit.
Oh. This is why I watch this show every week. The laughs are never ending.
Yeah, even when we have people missing, that's I do have to say, I have to give credit to Ryan, KC9OZA in Discord. He did send me a picture of the absolute cleanest Baofeng ever. Let me pull this up here.
You don't hear that. You don't hear that very much.
He said you will not find a cleaner Baofeng than.
I do not stand corrected. There you go. You don't hear that a lot.
And the fact that he 3D printed a Baofeng says a lot.
Oh, someone send that to Josh, please. Someone send that to Josh. He'll love it.
Oh goodness. There are some new radios coming out that I hopefully I haven't pissed off enough people that they'll actually send me something.
So you know what I did? You know what I really did. I swear to I really did do this. I had to get a brand new washing machine, but I also took my HT. I was keying up, of course, on simplex, low power. I wanted to see if anything. Now I didn't go right up to the HT. Right up to. I'm not that stupid. But just for, we'll call it testing purposes, I wanted to see if by keying up the HT on various frequencies and bands, if it would change the washing machine. And the washing machine just kept on doing its thing. So now I'm saying, ICOM, that ID51 still doing well. That's all I got to say. We're doing good.
I will say, Don, I think I am the only person that can touch the Carrollton and the Colony, the Lake Area Amateur Radio Club. I think I'm the only one that touches those two repeaters that actually says monitoring, because I rarely hear anyone on that, and they have such a fantastic coverage area.
A lot of repeaters in Connecticut are like that too, and I'm hearing very other regions around the country. It's sad. It's
Yeah.
where is everybody is what I want to know.
They're on
Where are we?
GMRS. That's where. Because the GMRS repeater is busy
Or they're
as
using,
shit.
or they're using an HT that is spurious
They're like,
shit. And
"Oh,
they
I
think
don't
they're
have
on
to
one
be-"
frequency, they're on some other.
No, they're like, I'm just going to GMRS where I can relax and I just have to give out my call sign every now and then and we just speak freely. No, you can do the same thing on 2 meters and just not be an asshole about it.
I'm sorry. What is this concept you're speaking of?
GMRS.
No, the not being an asshole thing. What is that? Can you run that by me again? Because
new year, new me.
nah, same me, buddy. We have Indianapolis has a repeater on 5.2.
4652?
Yeah.
No.
Is it a simplex repeater?
No, it seems that way because it never shuts up. I swear, man. I drive to Huntsville, and on the drive to Huntsville, I'm doing nothing but monitoring 14652 and beaconing APRS. And I can call every 10 minutes on 5.2 and nothing. The moment I get within 30 miles of Indianapolis, I get people all the time, and then
on 5.2
is nonstop chatter until I'm 30 miles past Indianapolis, dead all the way to Huntsville.
Huntsville's the same way.
Dead.
Huntsville, like when I was there, I've never heard so much traffic on 5.2.
But it's only because of the Hamfest. If you're there any other time, there's nothing.
No.
Hey guys, back in the day, we threw up on the air. It was a store and
threw up on the air.
No, bad English. We installed
hangovers online.
We installed and I think it was from a Linko. If any guys remember, put the name in the chat. It was a store and forward device.
Carlos, you're going blurry.
And that thing went. That thing we didn't know what we were going to. And guys loved it. They didn't really master the concept of the store. You had to wait. But then we threw it on. Then we interfaced it with a 220 repeater. And then we took that off. We did a 440. I'm sorry, simplex channel. And it worked perfectly. It extended the range. And it was really fun. It was a fun thing to experiment.
I don't know who ate their microphone, but that was loud.
What happened? Everybody okay? Roll call.
I will say, whenever Jason and I was going to the Overland Expo, more Fest, God, my brain sucks right now. The More Expo in Springfield, Missouri. On the drive up there, we didn't hear anything until we got to like central Oklahoma, and then we started picking stuff up on 5.2 because he and I were just chit chatting on 5.2 between each other. And then finally, we would have somebody who would say, I ain't heard nobody on 5.2 in 10 years. You guys are chitty-chatty down the freeway.
I used to run
that sometime because evidently all you can hear it.
Listen, if you guys got any, in the public safety world where a lot of stuff is going over to P25, there's a lot of analog scanners rather, just sitting there. Guys, throw it on 652, throw it on the top of the refrigerator, whatever. I ran that for years and years, and cookie, whatever.
Cookie sheet.
It doesn't make a difference,
sheet,
man.
Mag mounted down on the patio.
We was coming back. We was coming into Louisiana, just coming from Texas into Louisiana, and there was a couple of stations that were on 5.2 that was sounding really good. And I was listening to this guy for miles. I couldn't hear who he was talking to, but he said he was running about 100 watts, but I could hear him great for the longest. And I was getting ready to call him, but I didn't want to interrupt the other side of the conversation since I couldn't hear it. So we had to stop at a gas station, got a snack and a drink, jumped back in the truck. Nobody. He was gone.
So Don brings up a good point.
Yeah, I just
Don
saw that.
Says
yes.
5.2 is a calling frequency. Move your rack to somewhere else.
Don, move your OVF somewhere else.
I was about to say, if 5.2 is there, if there's nothing on 5.2, why can't I stay there?
Listen, there's a net starting on that frequency.
But back in the day,
you need to get off.
But Shane, I will tell you here in Connecticut, when I got licensed in 1989, by 1990, I had 2 mobiles and one HT, two. Anyway, the 2 meter repeaters were getting so busy. We were going over to simplex, and 5.2 sort of became that way. So we programmed a block of simplex channels.
Wow.
And we were using the one around here was 145.7.3, and because we stayed off of 5.2.
Yeah.
And 145.6.8 was our Airy simplex channel, and it was fun. And I am telling you, if the repeaters, because the repeaters every morning between the drive into work, the drive home, after dinner, the repeaters were getting so busy. And then you went over to simplex. You really started to learn. You really had a good time of learning about 2 meter propagation and playing with difference between the J pole and outside antenna, telescoping, whatever. You really got to learn, and a lot of hams don't have that opportunity, and I feel bad because you really start to get a sense of the hobby, and it helps. So when you start talking GMRS, CB, whatever, it helps.
Taylor says, "Is
Taylor?
the frequency in use still necessary on 5.2?"
I do.
I still say it is the frequency on that particular frequency. But there's a group here that talks on 146.400. And I just happened to be scrolling through on the patio, listening to music, smoking a cigar, and I ran across 146.400, and people were down there just having a rag chew all over the DFW Metroplex. I was like, I didn't even know this existed. Like, why weren't y'all on 5.2? That way, because everyone knows to go there. We don't know to go to 146.400, but
go do that on CB. Go do that on CB and let them see
right?
Oh yeah. Go do that on Channel 9. Is there anybody on Channel 9 anymore? Channel 9.
No one monitors Channel 9 anymore.
The police departments are not monitoring Channel 9.
No.
What a shame. What a shame.
we met probably 5 or 6 people on the drive up to Springfield that were monitoring 5.2 as we were driving through it. And anytime someone would interrupt us, like if they were just saying break or whatever, I was like, hey, do you have any emergency traffic or whatever? What are you trying to do? Just being courteous, as I know we're chit chatting on 5.2. But the fact that like I didn't hear anyone for 300 miles, it's like no one's hanging out, no one's just chit chatting.
Jeff makes a good point here if you're listening on the podcast. There's a sad hand between here and Dalton, GA, where Jeff is, N4 POD, that likes to monitor 5.2. Then he spends 20 minutes to his buddy complaining about mobile stations using it. I agree. That's sad. Don't do that. Really, please consider don't do that.
Next time you hear him, get his call sign, look him up on QRZ, and send him a bag of dicks.
Send him a QSL card.
That's what you should do. Just send him a random bag of dicks.
You know that there's a service that will do that.
Yeah, there is. It's called bagofdicks.com. And it's a glitter bomb. Sorry. That's what I would do. Because there's someone that interrupted me on a QSO night before last when I had my radio on the desk. It interrupted me and tried to do the whole hoity-toity shit, and I have their call sign, and I will be sending them a bag of dicks. Sorry.
I will tell you, here in the Northeast, down here in the Connecticut, Long Island Sound area on the coastline, Coast Guard Channel 16 is sort of like that. It's a hailing channel, then you move over to the other various channels, and every once in a while, every season, you always get that one boater who, for some reason, wants to keep Channel 16 quiet. And I don't understand. It's the same concept. It's the same, and I don't know why. Why? Maybe for the boaters, it might be a little bit different if you're between, the month of May through Labor Day, we'll say. But when did you become the Marine Police? When did you become the Frequency Police?
When they were born.
First they were
the Hall Police.
Right. The Hall Monitor. Right.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, let me
since this
go ahead. No, go ahead.
Well, since we're talking about Marine, about Marine, should you be on that frequency, you can always invite them to take a long walk off a short plank.
Long walk off a short pier. I have Marine Channel 16 in my Baofeng, just saying.
And Scout, you are right. The Coast Guard does monitor for distress calls. You are absolutely correct. But most of the time, most of the guys I find, they're not looking for that big fishing report. They do go, and it's all groups of guys. It's just like back in the CB days, back in the 1976. Again,
Before I was born.
Shut up, you. We all had these little pockets, and
me and Joe Brett are like,
well, listen, listen, you young pups. My first CB was a 23 channel, and 3 months later, the 40 channel came out, and I was like a big baby.
I had a 40 channel president.
I had to have the 40, and then all of a sudden, I wanted the 40 channel with sideband.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. But
then
my
you could
point
really mess with the ham radio operators.
But my point is all these little groups of neighborhoods or regions all sat on various channels, various modes, and that's where you kind of, had your, just like what we're doing tonight when you think about it.
A rag chew.
Yeah, rag chewing. Yeah.
Joe Brett, what you
about
got?
Chewing. Let me stir the pot a little bit.
Oh, I see what you're doing.
My keyboard's dead. My USB hub, that was the problem with my mic. USB hub's gone, and I swapped the keyboard.
Apparently, whatever you dropped is
it's my phone, but the screen protector still got life in it. It's okay.
It's gonna be the other crack in it.
You won't be able to tell.
Let's raffle that off tonight. We haven't done a raffle. Let's raffle that Joe Brett
screen protector.
You're gonna get an original. That's a Joe Brett original, y'all.
You better autograph it.
You better put a sticker on. You better put a sticker on that.
Just like I should rifle off the top of the case that's dented on my 7300.
Put a sticker on it.
That's good because I've been meaning. I got to try to find some stuff to sell because I want a dual VFO APRS capable, real APRS, not DPRS, but mobile. Because this whole trip I had the FT5 hooked to an external antenna, but it's in the back. I can hear that son of a gun making special noises and stuff, so I know I'm either getting a message or something that's different. But by the time I go back there and check it, I don't see nothing. I don't know. I can't see it forever. So anyway, I wonder like a FTM 300, maybe a 400 if I come across one, maybe a 500 if I sell enough stuff. So anyway,
a 500 if you log in and join the Discord giveaway.
Yeah, really. So anyway,
James, you're not going to get our clothes. I don't care.
He's going to start auctioning off our underwear. This was at Kilo 3001. I made 100 contacts in these draws.
Let me tell you something. I may eat some barbecue potato chips before I give you my underwear or anything else. As far as I'm concerned.
We don't know.
Or my socks.
We've already heard about what happens with you.
Listen, for the right number of dollars, I will absolutely sell you my underwear. I don't care.
This is not TikTok, my friend, or Reels.
Only
Only
hams.
ham.
Anyway, Joe Brett, stir the pot, please.
Right. So
get this going.
So I'm finna kick the pot over, man. I seen something on Facebook today.
You went to the POTA page, didn't you?
You recognize it, don't you? So when I pop this up on the screen,
that's why.
I want Izzo. I want your interpretation.
Mm-hmm. One by one, we should interpret this.
What you think? This
No, don't go there. I read it. I actually read it while I was eating dinner tonight.
Well, what do you think?
These posts are
What's your opinion?
Nothing but clickbait.
I don't have. You know what I think you have. You put 3 lawyers in the room, and you're going to get 3 different opinions. You're going to put 3 doctors in the room. You're going to get 3 opinions.
You put 10 ham radio operators in the same room, and you're going to get 10 different opinions.
No, you're going to get 50. You're going to get 50.
This is a damn statute of federal 97.119. It's not an opinion; it's a damn fact.
But Joe, the problem is the problem is we all interpreted that word each communication, and like what was said in that thread of 76 comments or 4, whatever it was growing and growing in the replies. We all interpret the word each communication differently.
Right,
there's a difference between a contact and a communication.
What I wonder,
what
I wonder is, have they deleted that post? Because
oh no, I just got it from there just now.
Normally they do.
They've deleted some of my posts that were kind of benign. They're not deleting this.
Wait, do you see my response in there?
I have not.
So
No, I had one.
you
I
have to
deleted
open it. But so I made the original posters said that this particular statute says that you must identify after each communication. His complaint was that people who are running POTA or running a pile up don't identify after everyone. They'll say QRZ, and then they may take 10 or 15 more contacts, and then they'll identify themselves. And he's saying you have to do it after each communication, and I think that's absolutely incorrect.
Well, the statute is absolutely correct, and
But
exactly what it says.
But
it says
But
at
here's
the end of the communication.
Right. Just like this show,
It
when
isn't
we
the,
hit the end,
it isn't the end of the communication if I'm continuing to the next operator.
Here we go. Here we go. It's open.
But I will identify at least every 10 minutes. But my communication starts when I spot myself and ends when I go QRT.
That's right.
Right.
That's right. It would be stupid, and nobody, even the freaking folks that make these rules or laws, whatever, is not going to have you identify after every. I'm going to watch them now.
Yeah,
I like Mike.
You're
Mike
5-9
K.
Texas K5QBF.
See, I think Mike Case sums it up right there. Communication
Exactly.
and transmission are not the same. So, whoops, what happened here?
Scout. Thank you, Scout, for the 556 super chat. None of us will be removing an article of clothing tonight. Thank you.
It's too damn cold out here in Connecticut.
Cold. And it's raining in Texas, and it's cold.
But look at Norman's super chat. There you go.
Carlos underwear trumps Izzo eating barbecue potato chips. Yes.
I tell you what, if you guys get that bid going, I'll absolutely put a pair in the mail. Go.
And Shane KI6QFI says it right. From a great movie, but he's absolutely right. What we have here is a failure to communicate.
I agree. Yes.
And my whole thing on was that, again, I know this is America, for freedom of speech, blah blah blah. I get that, but that Facebook group, man,
freedom to reveal stupidity.
I don't know, man. I think some guys just go too far.
I agree. And my response to that was, it's also illegal to drive 60 in a 55 mile per hour zone, but you do it anyway.
Oh, that was you. I did read that.
It's my license. I'll do my activation however the hell I want. If I go 5 or 6 contacts before I re-identify, which I don't, my personal observation or my personal practice is when I work a station, I will say K5QBF QRZ, and I will go to the next one. Now, there are people that just say QRZ and they just start taking the next people. That's not my practice. That's not the way I do things. But it should be left up to the person who is holding the mic, who is sitting their ass in the park doing their activation, because they're the ones that are out there and they don't want to hear all the bullshit. Oh, God.
Norm, talking of BS, talking about BS.
Norm, wait till I have wait till the parachute season begins again, and I have a busy day.
I've seen what those F1 drivers do to their outfits.
Carlos's bloomers are going to be flopping in the wind.
But it's my activation. I'm going to do it however the hell I want to do it. If I want to run you like a contest station, I'll run you like a contest station. If I want to rag to you in between contacts, I will rag to you in between contacts.
That's right.
If I want to identify after every freaking word, I'll identify after every freaking word. It's my activation. Let me do it however the hell I want to do it. I don't want your opinion. If you choose to express your opinion, don't make contact with me. I don't want you in my log. You're annoying.
That's not very friendly.
I'm not very friendly.
Wow! You are not going to be the ambassador.
I don't care. I don't care if I get the ambassador of POTA. I will tell you to get bent on 114.300.
I need to call time. I need to call time.
Go back to 5. Shane, go back to 5-2.
Right?
Go back to 140.
What I want to know is, did Molson hand you the crown?
No, I've just been opinionated and I shut up because I leave it to the Canadian.
Oh my God. There we
Oh,
go.
God.
There we go. There we go for you. There we go for you.
So KI6QFI says another $2 for skid marks. No, we have bidets up in this bitch. Sorry. But I'm just saying, don't tell me how to run my shit. I know how to run an activation. I've done very well at it, and I don't need your opinion. If you want to run your activation, then tear your ass outside of your house and go activate a park. And if you want to identify after every contact, identify after every contact. But shut the fuck up. I don't necessarily want to hear your shit on Facebook. Just shut up.
Someone snip this and send it to Molson, please.
Molson just said it.
I'm making you proud, buddy. I'm making you proud. That's whiskey.
The man's on that Zamboni right now. He's taking care of the ice. He's watching our show. See, that's a brother right there. That's a brother, Shane.
Sorry. I just can't. That just bugs the piss out of me. It's like someone wants to jump in there and go, you didn't identify ever freaking contact. I'm like, fuck you, dude.
Right.
I activated the part. You set your ass at the house. It was hunting. Shut up.
Listen, we all know what happens with this whole POTA program. It has expanded. It's a good thing, but now this is what happens when things expand.
Yeah,
and opinions
dumbasses
come out.
Along.
I had a guy one time. So Shane, very similar to many others. I give out my call sign. I give out the park. Sometimes I'll say where the park is. Then I always say I'm operating in Connecticut. That's why here anybody who has any beams, you want to point, whatever. I said where the park is, and obviously some guy said, "Can you tell me more about this park?" Well, I got this kind of this. I'm in this role right now. You know what I mean? I'm almost doing like 2-3 a minute, but I stopped. I chose to stop because I felt it was. And then on the back of a QSL card came in a few weeks after, and some guy wrote a handwritten note, and he says, "You were very nice, that individual." He didn't put it on the QSL card. It was very interesting. He said, "I found it interesting that you took the time to help the other guy." I said, "Well, that's how I am."
It's being a good steward of ham radio.
It is, but yes, does it get a little bit? Come on, I think there's a responsibility here for everybody. You want to play in this POTA thing. The POTA website has all the rules, but maybe Facebook is not the place to ask. Sometimes that's. I think is the problem.
Facebook is not a place for you to post when you're a fucking idiot. That's the thing. And I'm sorry. I've had too much whiskey. The F-bombs are coming out. Thanks for our 45. I apologize if the F word offends you. I just like...
Send your hate mail to...
K5QBF@gmail.com.
Hey, Shane, can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm out, dude. It's only 15 minutes to go, but that means I'm 44 minutes over when I was supposed to go back in the house. Gotta help finish.
Tell Noel.
Tell Miss Noel we say hi.
And thank you for being here. Thanks for your patronage of the great state of Texas.
Hey, Joe. Thank you. Hey, Joe. If I can give you one piece of advice tonight,
yes.
Go buy another pair of Crocs. I'm sure because I think Shane's Crocs are way too tight right now. I like his underwear, like his underwear. But go, you deserve to treat yourself. Go get a nice pair of Crocs.
I agree. I'm going to send you some of those.
I keep on looking
some of those boot Crocs.
Wait a minute. This was the Crocs of choice. Look there.
See, that's not a Croc. Is that a Croc?
No,
that's a moccasin.
That's one of those dads.
Well, it says Crocs though. No,
it says Crocs. That is a Crocs.
Yeah.
I told you I'll wear the fancy shit.
Those are the ones he wears.
It's a canvas Croc.
Those are the ones he wears
it's
to
not
church.
All rubber.
He wears those to church on Sunday for crying out loud.
Yep,
those are his church Crocs.
The funny thing about those
Crocs. Those are church Crocs. They are. Everybody has church Crocs, don't they?
If some of y'all will remember back in the day, myself and Good Game both ordered a pair of these because they were like $3 after some sale
on Amazon.
Yeah, lightning deal is what it was, and it took us over 6 months to get them. Yeah,
AliExpress Crocs.
But I got them.
Timu.
Anyway, great one.
Timu Crocs.
Good to see you, Carlos, Izzo, Shane, and everybody in the chat. We'll talk to you later. This is K5YVY.
See you, buddy. Thanks for joining us tonight. Tell Noel we said hi.
That was the end of my communication.
Okay.
Did you see that Showbread identified at the end of his communication?
You ID'd at the end
Thank
of
you,
your
Carlos.
communication. I'm just saying. Hold on, we got another super chat. Norm, thank you so much. First bid for an old used JB Croc, $7. Thank you so much. I just don't understand it. I don't get it. I don't understand it. It's like, why do you waste the brain power to go and type up a freaking post about, according to the FCC, you should identify after every transaction.
Listen.
No, just identify.
Listen.
Don't be out there being pirate radio. Identify. Be a good custodian of the bands.
Listen, what I have learned,
though. Freaking narc.
Okay, hold on. Breathe. I want you to breathe for a minute.
Let me mute myself.
No, don't mute yourself. That's no fun. Carlos and I want to hear what you say. Oh my God, the sign language guy can't keep up with you for crying out loud. Listen, these individuals who, especially on Facebook, they're probably my assumption is they probably belong to many groups. They probably do the same thing.
Drink furniture polish.
They probably drink the furniture polish. They think it's a very good, Canadian whiskey. It's not, or whatever.
No.
They go on the knitting. They go on the knitting group. Listen, they go on the knitting group, and they're probably complaining about the yarn, the quality of the yarn, or the knittle, and the crochet thing. They probably do the same across the board. You know it. They're not. This is not just a POTA thing. They do it for everything. They probably got the lawnmower. They don't like how the lawnmower turns. Whatever. So just remember that. That's why I just started laughing, and after the first 20 comments, I just threw my phone down and I got out of the app. I'm not going to read that stuff. I'm not going to get all wired up here. I'm not going to come on the show and get all wired up over, I'd rather talk about talk pods. I'd rather talk about spurious emissions.
I cordially invite them to take a leap out of an airplane without a parachute.
Come on the show. Like I have openly invited Kilo Zero LWC. Come on the show. Let's talk. Because everyone likes to talk shit in the background. We want to talk to you in person in front of 140 people. Inquiring minds want to know. But no one is so uptight about that shit. Like, I get it. Don't transmit without identifying yourself. But the fact that you were going to tell me you have to identify every 38 seconds or otherwise it's a violation.
Shane, one time in one of the parks, one of my favorite parks here in Connecticut, I had this antenna up as an inverted V. Guy came over and he introduced himself as a ham. Told me he's been a ham for like 50 years. Okay, that's great. We're talking about stuff. And then all of a sudden, the conversation.
Your antenna's wrong.
He says, I don't think you got a proper 45 degrees or 15 degrees on.
Get your protractor out, bitch, and measure
it. Do you know that when you run 100 feet of that feed line, the dB losses? I'm like, yeah, I do know what my dB. I actually do. He says, but you got a barrel connector in there, the 250. Oh. You should have got 100. I should have bought the 100-foot length instead of the 250s. Yeah. Right away, should have, could have, would have.
Calm down, Francis. A little less of that would cause you not to have to take blood pressure medication.
It was just amazing. Let me have. And at the end of the day, I think I pulled in like 118 contacts from that park.
You throw your log at him? I would have.
But you know what I'm saying?
Because back then you were logging paper.
KM40CK had a video not so long ago about a guy that was talking to him on the radio and asked him details about his station. And he expressed how his station was set up, his antenna or whatever. And the guy came back on the radio and said, that's not going to work. It's like, it's literally working right now, dumbass.
Right now.
We're having a conversation on that very system. It's working.
But according to the ARRL antenna handbook, that's not how you're supposed to set that up.
You know something? Get your nose out of the book and go play. Right. And go play and experiment. Go experiment.
I did something this weekend that surprised me. That surprised me that it worked. I was doing an activation with Andy KD9. Oh, whatever. Andy know who he is.
Andy, put your call sign in the chat.
And he's probably not even watching. He's probably asleep. He's old.
Right. He's old.
Oh, you just
over
cut the man
35.
down at
Sorry.
his knees caps already. Come on.
He's old.
God, I hope he watches this later.
He's a little slow.
We were doing I think we did a 5-park rove, and on the last park he said, I'm just going to put the tip of the antenna of the end of the wire and the tip of the mast, and going to lay everything else on the floor, on the ground. I'm like, I'm not sure it's going to work, but okay. Sure enough, we had a pileup to beat the band.
It works. Yeah.
It worked. It hadn't, like, if you were to look at that, you'd go, nah, that's never going to work. Because that's what I thought. I'm like I've done some wonky setups before, but lay the rest of the wire on the ground?
I've done it.
We didn't even have to use the tuner.
Yeah.
Carlos, in the early 90s, I ran a G5, a shortened G5 RV. I was living in a condo, and they said it would never work. Okay, I only ran 25 watts, but guess what? It got me on the air. That was the most important, at least from a listening standpoint, between shortwave and the ham stuff. And then you start figuring out what bands you really don't want to play on.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? You really do.
Mm-hmm.
And but it worked. It worked. And then when I moved out of the condo, I went somewhere else. But you still play. The HOA guys are very challenged at sometimes, but some of these guys do a great job of figuring out how to do it, and they make the best out of it. And that's the important thing. I'm going to leave you guys with that. We could sit here all day.
James
talk
has
about
it best right here. James says books are for doorsteps. You learn more from RF burns and getting shocked.
There you go.
1000% agree.
Right.
I would agree with that if it came from anybody else, but he is Mr. QRP. He does not get RF burns. I don't think so, James.
I agree, because listen, you can experiment. You don't fail unless it kills you. You didn't fail.
Yeah,
so you're good.
You're not dead yet.
Right.
If it gives you AFib, on the other hand.
Just don't tell the kids to hold the antenna by the ends while you're transmitting. No, don't do that, guys. But seriously,
that's the
have
thing.
fun.
So right, everyone says you have to have, like, the infed half wave needs to be a perfect 45-degree angle on both sides. If you put it up at a V, no, it doesn't. Put it up. It has to be a perfect sloper it has to be a perfect sloper at a certain degree off the patio. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. Correct. I have one right over here. It is not that angle off the patio. Works freaking fantastic coast to coast.
You do the best you can with what you got. It does
not matter. Put the damn antenna up, get on the radio, and see what works. If you don't get coast to coast, move it. Figure it out.
Swore. Phil's comment.
Just get on the radio.
Phil's comment here about speaker wire. Phil, you are absolutely right. For the longest time,
I agree.
Guys were saying you never use speaker wire, or don't use this wire because of the copper percentage.
Yeah,
and this
tell Jerry that.
Oh, please.
The speaker wire antenna. Jerry created that shit.
He created. Guys, just go out and have fun.
Just go do it. If you have questions, pop over into the K5YVY and Friends Discord, where we don't necessarily own a copy of the ARRL antenna handbook, but we can tell you what shit works great for us.
I will tell you, there's nothing wrong with that book.
I'm not knocking it. I'm not knocking it. Don't get me wrong.
Book, let me tell you something. There was a guy by the name of Kurt N. Sturba. That was his pen name. Go find his stuff. They are downloadable PDF books. I have one. And Kurt N. Sturba will tell you and teach you about antennas. And he'll tell you about all the marketing bullshit that you see on a lot of these. This is the best antenna. This is the best antenna.
Sorry, I have to bring this in. Scout says, just keep an AED nearby. When electricity tries to kill you, electricity will bring you back.
Absolutely, brother.
Idea.
Absolutely.
Just if you fall over, just leave a note that says, hey, hook my antenna up to my chest, and
you're going to find
40 meters.
You're going to find Jesus, and then he's going to tell you it's not your time.
It's not your turn.
But you learn.
You didn't identify after every communication.
That's why I'm sending you back. I'm sending you back. Sending you back.
I know I'm going to hell. Sorry, guys.
But this is what
fabulous.
happens.
But people should have fun. Don't take yourself too seriously. If you don't understand, somebody in Discord will take care of you. There's a video out there about it. Just go out there and have fun. Enjoy ham radio. Don't listen to the 75-year-old codgers that says you have to do it their way. You don't. Do it your way. And do it however it makes you feel comfortable doing it.
Right. But it's funny.
I run my pile-ups my way.
Shane,
I don't follow any other prescribed way of doing it.
Shane, I don't know.
I'll tell somebody, shut the hell up. I'm working Kilo 25 Bravo. I'm not afraid to do that. Because you'll have some lids that'll come in there like, this is Charlie 5. Because they have like 7,000 watts that they're pointing towards you. And it's like, no, you can shut up. I'm going to work this QRP station first.
You know what gets me? It's the guy with the dirty amplifier, or he's overdriving it, and he's trying to tell you how you're doing it wrong. Yeah. And I'm like, oh my God, I should be recording this and sending this back to you.
I do.
Do you?
I have an SD card in my 7300 at all times.
So do I,
just
but I don't
in that case.
Oh my God.
I didn't used to record my activations, but after that SpiderNet thing, I'm recording them all just because.
Absolutely, you should.
Eric, you're absolutely right. The Darth Vader amp. You're absolutely right, Eric. That's to me is a sin.
We have 10 minutes left. Can I cover? There was something I wanted to cover tonight that I wanted to
You want to talk about radio? You want to talk about radio tonight?
Talk about radio without me bitching about radio.
And Joe Brett started this and hit the hit.
I know, right? And he ran. So what I want to cover tonight is Ham Alert. A lot of you folks run Ham Alert on your phone. I don't like having the notifications on my phone all the time because it runs the battery down, especially if you have a lot of people in your triggers. There is a desktop app for this.
Share that screen.
The last couple of days, I will here in just say, hold on.
Okay.
So the last few days, I've been like, I've been trying to find a solution to like, okay, I have all these people in Ham Alert. I have a remote station. I have my station on my desk that I can work. So I installed this and anticipated any and all of the bugs that would come along with it. This works so well. I run Ham Alert on my fax machine. You should.
He's such an he's such an ass. I love him.
I want to say, so this is put out, and I'm going to put a link in the chat in a minute. I don't have time to do it right now, but I'll before we wrap up tonight, I will, and then I'll also put it in the description of the video tonight. So this is the Ham Alert cluster client by OE3 IDE. If you have a trigger set up in Ham Alert, it will populate over here, and this is on my desktop computer. I keep this running up in the corner. I'll get a little sound in my headphones that says, hey, something is posted up, or it will flash red.
Here's Eric in Hawaii.
Exactly. So that's how I worked Eric on 20 meters from South Carolina voice. Because of this app. This app popped up and said, hey, I'm on 20 meters and this is where it's at. So we always tell you guys to make sure you have us saved in your Ham Alert. If you only work from the house, this is a great alternative to having to keep your phone handy and having to keep the triggers turned on your phone app.
Hey Shane, especially if you have that second or that third monitor in the shack, there you go. That's
right.
That's gonna be ham sexy, man. That's gonna be really got a gray line going.
It is so easy to set up. As soon as you install the software, I'll send the link, like I said, in the chat here. As soon as you install the software, you log in with the same Ham Alert information you would, and then it just starts working. It works off whatever triggers you have set up. As long as
the triggers in my app. So the triggers on my phone automatically follow me.
Will show up here
because my log. Oh, nice. So you don't have to do it twice.
Yeah,
nice.
And then whatever you have set up on hamalert.org will show up over here.
Oh my God! Can you imagine me? I'm gonna go crazy for the 911 center.
I was using this for people, for Jason and Mike and Joe Brett and all those who were using this on for POTA. Because POTA spots will show up on here as well. So you can see Soda Watch will show up. So N1 CLC showed up, 20 meter CW for Soda Watch. POTA shows up on here. Anytime that you have the Telnet selected, let me unshare this, and give me 1 second here. Y'all talk amongst yourselves. I know what
No,
happens.
we better not do that, Carlos.
I mean, we can stir the pot again. Would you like to stir the pot? I have news for you. You know what really grinds my gears?
What gets my gears? So you have to make sure you have Telnet selected in your actions section. So I'm
Okay.
big in that. So I only have one set up, and I have 27 call signs in it. It goes to the app, and it goes to Telnet. When it goes to Telnet, it will show up over here in your ham alert.
Okay, so that's the key right there. Your actions have to have the
Yep.
telnet then.
Yep.
Got it.
Okay. Well,
Hold
that's
on.
manageable.
Slight modification. Yep.
I have a bunch of people saying, hey, where's the link? Give me a second. I'm trying to run the show here as well as provide you guys with the links. Copy and paste.
Phil has it right. You know what really bends my antenna? Are the people who think that they own a frequency just because they've had a net there for the last 10
for 40
years.
freaking years, right. Have a
Listen,
backup
I get it.
frequency.
You taught Jesus Christ CW, but your gout and your goiter do not supersede the fact that I've been here before you.
Right. All right. So there's the link. OE3IDE.com. Ham Alert Cluster is the software downloaded. He has a YouTube video on how to set it up. I'll do a YouTube video at some point, maybe in the next 6 months, that shows you how to set it up. It's very, very simple to use. I use it every day now that I found it. And if you're hunting POTA, hunting any of us, once they show up in the cluster, the POTA, however, this information will get shot over to you. So hope
thank
that
you for
helps
that.
you guys.
Thank you to that guy for taking the time out and
Yep.
doing that. So thank
And
you.
this is written by OE3IDE. When you open it, it's going to tell you there's a virus or whatever. If you just open it, like click go anyway and do it. There's no malware here. He's not trying to be nefarious or anything like that. Just it's legit and it's fun. I keep this running anytime I have access to a radio. I keep this running on a desktop so I can see who's on about.
And if you have questions about it in terms of its safety, run it through Virus Total.
Absolutely. Yeah.
There you go.
We just crashed the website, says Richard. That's a good thing. I appreciate that because there's 135 people watching and we're 3 minutes over our 2-hour allotment. So Joe Brett's already signed out. So Carlos, did you have a good year? Good year. What did you do? What do you got coming up? We'll start with you. I can't talk. Too much whiskey.
I had a fantastic year. Look, I think that our attitude is reflected by how we approach life. So if we approach life in a happy way, we're going to have a happy attitude generally, right? If we're 80 meter in the other hand, you know how that goes. So look, I had a fantastic year. I had a far better year than I had any reason to have. I got to make enough contacts to beat the band, and I'm going to try to beat that again this year. And I'm going to just go have fun doing radio things and parachute things, and sometimes combining the two, because why the hell not?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So do
you want to close it out? And right. Do you want to close it out tonight, and I can go before you?
Go ahead.
Okay.
You go.
So I missed my goal of 3,500 subscribers for this year for 2023. So that's my fault. I stopped uploading content. So I can't blame anyone for that. I have a 4,500 subscriber goal for next year. I've got several videos already in the works, already planned. I'm going to go out and do POTA. I'm going to introduce a Texas twofer, which is not publicized that often. They're closed until July, so I'm working with the Parks Department to make sure I have access to a spot to go down there because it's about a 2-hour and 45-minute drive for me. But yeah, I'm going to do more. I plan on doing actual videos, getting out there, getting on the air and having fun in AM radio and using a remote station when I can't set up the 7300, but the 7300 still works just fine for all the naysayers. But yeah, I'm looking forward to a fun 2024.
All right then.
Over to you, Izzo.
Well, I told you guys I bought a brand new wash machine because they don't make them like how they used to. The only thing that's working is out. So, knock on wood. No. I also picked up a Yaesu in 891. I was playing the game hemming and hawing, and because the ICOM 706 was just getting, I think it was 24 years old or something. It was time. It's time. I'm still going to keep it. But I wanted something for out here in the tent, for in the garage or potoing, whatever. I want something different. So we're gonna try that Yaesu 891. I really wish ICOM had something similar. But I've been watching a couple of videos, and we're gonna get that rolling. It came in today. I already put some power poles on it prior to the show. I'm gonna run a burn on it and just let it run for 24 hours and just make sure there's no issues with it and start making contacts. So that's what I got going on this weekend. I told you guys, hey, set me up in your ham alert desktop or on an app on your phone. W1FYG, Whiskey 1 Foxtrot Yankee Golf, coming from Connecticut. And I promised to enunciate, and I promised to talk a little slow, and I promised that at least every 10 minutes I will identify. So
this is the Whiskey 1 Foxtrot Yankee Golf, QRZ, Whiskey 1 Foxtrot Yankee Golf.
So we appreciate all the super chats coming in tonight. You guys are not going to get any of our undergarments. Sorry.
You didn't reach the reserve.
That's right. So guess what? You get the CDs. You get the CDs, famous faces, next week too, as long with Joe, Brett, and everything. And Steve will hopefully be with us. Steve, we hope you feel better.
Hope you're feeling better, buddy.
Yeah.
I'm going to run through the super chats when you're done.
Go ahead, quickly. Go ahead, grab it.
Yeah, Dan W4DAN, thanks for the $5 super chat. So we got N1JUR Amateur Radio, thanks for the $9.99. What's Up with Six, thanks for the $40 super chat. Scout 75, thanks for the $5.56. Norman Miller, thanks for the $5 super chat, and an additional $2 super chat. Shane KI6QFI, thanks for the $2 super chat. Jason KB1WSC, thanks for the $5 super chat, and Norman Miller, thanks for an additional $7. First bid on Old Joe Brett Crocs. So thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. It's been an abbreviated show, or what I thought was going to be an abbreviated show, because we were missing some people. So shut up, Carlos.
Hey, I'm going to leave you guys with this. You
Yes.
want to complain about what you read on Facebook and POTA? Can you imagine if the POTA rule said that you had to run split?
Oh, God.
Would that make everybody just shit?
I have
that
a
would
challenge.
What's that?
AM activation.
There you go.
AM
That's
activation
doable.
on POTA. The next
That's
time you go
doable.
do a POTA, activate it on AM. I'm going to do it. I was running
And
AM
split.
here. No, just
Run
AM.
a split. Run a split.
I was sitting here the other night with the radio on my table, and I was like, I'm going to run AM. I ran AM for about 20-30 minutes, and I made some great contacts. If you can activate a POTA with AM, that's the new challenge.
Go to the AM window. Go into the band plans.
Yeah.
Look for that AM window,
It's
guys.
7.290 and 7.295 for 40 meters. I don't know what it is for 20 because I was just looking at 40, but do it. I think that would be fantastic to get to activate a park on AM.
There you go, guys. Experiment and have fun. That's what it's
Have
all
fun.
about.
Awkward
Everybody
wave when you're ready.
Have a great week. We'll see you here next Tuesday.
Thank you guys. 73. See ya.
Molson says he wants to be copyrighted for that Molson rant.